Your 2019 Hobie Outback won't come with the 8-inch twist and seal hatch pre-installed in the rear cargo deck. If you'd like to add one in the rear deck, we've made a nice recess to help guide the installation procedure. Installing one can be handy for holding a battery, serving as an in-hole inspection point, or as an access point for carrying out future installs on the aft end of the kayak. The first and most critical step in installing this 8-inch hatch in the rear deck is moving the rudder up-down line out of the way. To do that, you'll need to remove the screw, let the rudder drop down, and then untie the rudder control line and pull it out of the way. Once you've done that, you're ready to start the process. Once you've released the rudder up-down line from the cockpit, you want to come back here and remove this screw. Once you've done that, the rudder will drop down. So the rudder frees up there. And then you can slide it up the control line, and you may need to take a pair of pliers to undo that knot. That'll be the fastest and easiest way to get that done. Find the line, reach in, and pull it forward about 6 inches until you feel it drop onto the floor of the kayak. Pulled that out of the way. I've already installed an EVA kit on this kayak, so I'm just gonna peel this up, and our EVA kit for the Outback actually comes with another pad for the top of the twist and seal hatch. So you can peel this up, and you may have some adhesive left on the kayak, but that's okay because you're gonna go ahead and cut that part out anyway. Takes a little bit of work to get it started, but then it comes up rather easily. That one came off pretty clean. You'll want to invert the backing ring in the depression on the cargo deck and just trace the inside. Once you've traced the inside of the backing ring, that's gonna be your cut line. So you wanna cut just on the outside edge of this line, and that'll allow the rim of the hatch to drop right in. I like to start by creating a hole in the center of this depression with a paddle bit. That'll allow me to smoothly start my cut with the jigsaw. Now, it's really critical that you don't drill too deep on this part. You can go ahead and kind of squish the backing ring together a little bit at the split, put it inside the hole and just rest it there. And then you'll want to flip this over, put the gasket around the rim of the hatch before you drop it in. If you need to enlarge the hole just slightly, a good way to do that is with some sandpaper. Installing one of these screws through any hole of the hatch will help you align the backing ring with the hole pattern on the rim of the hatch. So I like to do that first. And then I'll align with one hole of the backing ring. Once you've got this one screw set and in the hole on the backing ring, you'll be able to line up all the other holes really easily. And again, you want to soften your clutch once you start going into the plastic of the backing ring so that you don't over compress. It's a good idea to, after you've installed these screws, Reach up with your fingers inside the kayak and make sure that the backing ring is sitting flush with the plastic. Once you've secured the fasteners on your hatch, you want to open it up and guide the line back in to the short tube that faces the bow of the boat. So it's about a 3 or 4 inch long tube, and just find the opening and thread the steering line back into that. When you push the line all the way through, it'll exit underneath the rudder drum through that plastic fitting. Once you've fed the line through the short tube leading to the underside of the rudder drum, you're gonna go ahead and thread the line underneath that black plastic part and down through the open cavity leading to the rudder. Once you've threaded it down far enough, you'll be able to get a hold of the other end of it. You may need to use a tool to help you push the line down. Once you've got a hold of the rudder control line from the underside of the kayak, you can go ahead and insert the line through the opening on the rudder. Simple figure 8 knot will hold that in place. And the next step is inserting the rudder up through the housing, and then you can reattach the rudder screw from the top of the drum. You want to be sure that the rudder lines are still routed properly before you begin screwing. Align the drum so it's nice and straight, and then this is important to do with a Phillips head screwdriver. Push the rudder up into the drum, thread this into place. You'll notice that once you have the installation complete, the rudder up-down line will be slightly visible on the right-hand side of the hatch. So you can just kind of take that to the side and tuck it up to the right side of the lip of that 8-inch hatch. If you've already got an EVA kit installed on your boat, hopefully you've hung on to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and, I've already cleaned the surface of the hatch. I'm just gonna peel the backing off of the hatch pad and put it on so I can round out the kit and make it complete. Just like so. You wanna press on the edges really nicely to make sure you get the edges to adhere. You don't want any water creeping underneath the pad. Thanks for following along with this hatch upgrade video. For more detailed installation videos, subscribe to Hobie's YouTube channel or check out the product support page on Hobie.com.